What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here at the Distance. Got a video for you guys as a prediction for the upcoming bout between Scott Quigg and Rendall Munroe. Bout takes place on June the 19th, I believe, for the WBA Interim Super Bantamweight Championship. Puts together two contenders, Scott Quigg and former challenger for, I believe it was the WBC or WBA Super Bantamweight Championship, Rendall Munroe. So pretty much this is actually an interesting fight, especially if you're a fan of the UK boxing scene, because you have an undefeated fighter in Scott Quigg, and you have a fighter like Rendall Munroe who has a loss on his record. But both of them display a certain amount of skill to where they can defeat each other. And I'll start with Rendall Munroe. Rendall Munroe is a southpaw. He has quick hands, great power in his left hand, and knows how to set up shots with his just using his jab and using his movement. One thing he can't do in this fight is let Scott Quigg plant his feet. I think the main objective is to move in this fight. Maintain his lateral movement, fight off the jab, keep him at the end of one. Look to try to catch Quigg walking in, because Quigg walks a whole lot in the ring. He's quite flat-footed. So what Rendall Munroe has to do is he has to bounce on his toes. He has to kind of jab, move, set up his left hand. And pretty much, I think that, and also, make sure that his foot is outside of Quigg's lead foot, and also not square up with him. He can't square up with Quigg because Quigg will get the better of him because he's so quick with his hands and sets up his shots in short spaces quite well. So I just think that being a southpaw, he's going to have to keep that lead foot on the outside. He's going to have to pop the jab out. He's going to have to look to set up the left hand, or even also the uppercut. But I think the punch that's going to be very effective for Munroe is going to be left hand, and but also the jab is another shot's going to be beneficial for him. And as I mentioned before, Quigg does walk in the shots, so also he can catch him with that left cross walking in, and he has a powerful left cross that he gets a lot of leverage on. But just the main objective is to move, create angles, use the jab, keep Quigg at the end of the jab, because Quigg will come in a straight line and square right up. So I think that's just going to be the main objective for Munroe to win this fight. On the other hand, you have Scott Quigg, and as I mentioned before, Munroe does have a bad tendency to square up with opponents, and I think that Quigg just has to rely a lot on applying pressure to Munroe. Not giving Munroe move to set up his shots and create his shots using his jab and using his combination punching. I just think that Quigg just has to go in. He has to cut off the ring and cut off every angle. He has to make Munroe drive back into the ropes and cut him into the, get him caught up in the corner, and just place his shots in short range. Look to go to the body early in the fight, and and also try to look for the left hook up top, because Munroe has this horrible tendency. As I mentioned before, when he squares up with opponents, he covers up quite well, but from time to time that the left hook seems to sneak in on him. When he's not expecting it, because he'll square up, he'll have the hands up, and when he's about to try to fire off his left hand, because he has so much power in that left hand, the hand drops a lot of the time, and he can get caught with that with the left hook from time to time. Also, but also look to try to keep his foot inside of Munroe's lead foot. Munroe also has a tendency to kind of back himself into the ropes or fight by the ropes. So it's just in this fight, I think Quigg just has to apply like relentless pressure. Look to throw the overhand right and the right hand lead against Munroe, being that he's a southpaw. And I think that he definitely has to make this fight an ugly fight. He has to tie up a lot. He's going to have to, get his head on his chest and just go to the body and just go on from there. I think he has to fight an aggressive fight, especially being that he's facing an aggressive boxer. So I just think that those are the keys of victory for Scott Quigg to win this fight. And who I think is going to win? I'm going with Rendall Munroe in this one. I think Munroe's going to go in and get a decision. I think that his movement, his hand speed, and actually he also has good timing with his punches. I just think that Munroe's going to go in, and I think he's going to outbox Scott Quigg in this one. So I'm going with Rendall Munroe decision. So anyway, peeps, let me know what you think. I'm out here. That was the Distance, and thanks for watching. Peace.